Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. I am with Sunny Woolston-Hume.
Yes.
She's the owner of Oil and Vinegar Junction. And today we're making kind of a different recipes, especially for Labor Day, right?
Yes, I thought, who doesn't love potato salad in the summer, right? And we're hitting the end of our time of summer to really have fun with some of these things. And so I thought we need to do a potato salad quick.
Well, the weird thing is for me is that there's shrimp in this.
Yes, that's what everyone keeps telling me. But I think shrimp should go in everything.
In my head, potatoes and shrimp don't go together, but I imagine if you're putting this together, it's going to be amazing.
That's very nice of you to say.
I'm excited to try it. Needless to say, everything looks amazing. Everything smells amazing. I was enjoying this mustard seed.
Really good.
This is great. And the capers and everything. Tell us what we're making. How do we do it?
So a traditional French potato salad, I guess, is potatoes and they're warm and they have herbs on them and then a vinaigrette that goes on it, and it's just very, very classic. I love those flavors. People always ask me when they come in the store, like, what is your favorite oil and vinegar? And it changes, of course, based off of what I'm cooking. But the very, very first one that I fell in love with when I opened was Tarragon Olive Oil and Grapefruit white balsamic with it.
Yeah, this sounds a lot lighter than the typical potato salad that most Americans are used to.
Yes. So I like to take a lot of things that we love already, do a twist on them, or even try and like tamp it down so I still get the elements that I love in it. But I'm not having, you know, half a cup of mayo on it or sour cream or all those other things. Yes. So we're kind of doing a little bit of a fun twist. We're going to do a vinaigrette, and then we're just going to make it a little bit creamy with some plain yogurt.
Yummy. Okay.
Mixed in it.
Let's get started. This sounds way healthier. Way better for you.
And just super, super tasty, super light, and that's always great in the summer too.
So what are we starting with?
So we're gonna start with the white balsamic vinegar, and we're just gonna put a couple tablespoons into this bowl here.
And then a little thicker.
It is thick, and that's what you're looking for in your vinegar. You want it thick because that means you're getting more of the balsamic must and less white wine vinegar added into that.
Can I smell it?
Absolutely. Now, white balsamic vinegar is naturally a little bit tartar and a little bit thinner than some of your dark ones. And so I love it when I want that little burst of just zing.
Yeah, this is tart. I can smell it. It's gonna surprise your taste buds.
So we're gonna do about a quarter cup of oil added to that. And I'm just gonna go ahead and dump everything in. Since we're doing it French flavors, of course we need like a French gray sea salt and stick all in that realm. So I'll let you just kind of, we'll just drop everything in this bowl, but we need a teaspoon of the salt. And then we're gonna add in about a quarter cup of our plain Greek yogurt.
Ooh, the salt looks good, it's soft.
That's a little bit, it comes off of the ponds in France. So it actually is a little bit wet.
Is it?
Of a salt. It's not as dry as what we're used to, and it's just fine that way. Don't let it worry you when you use it.
And that's the yogurt.
This is the yogurt.
Is it just plain?
Just plain Greek yogurt, nothing to it. And then I'll let you go ahead and start whisking. Okay. And we're gonna add in a couple teaspoons of this mustard you were loving.
Yeah, I swear I could just eat that. It might be really, really strong, but I think I can do it.
You could. And then we have a bunch of spices that we're gonna add into it. It sounds a little crazy, but I'm actually putting coriander in this. Ooh. And the coriander plays really good off the shrimp and the sweet fennel, and it just warms it. Coriander is a seed on top of a cilantro plant.
Oh, really?
So think of it like flavor-wise along those realms. There's a little bit of pepper in here, and then also some crushed red pepper flakes.
This seems like a lot of flavor in this.
Yes, I like things strong, and I'm probably, like, that's my personality, right? And that's how I like my food. I want it a little bit in your face, and that seems to work good for me. So you can see with the yogurt in there, it really has made it like a creamy dressing.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but it is getting really pretty.
We'll go ahead and we're gonna put it over our potatoes. A little trick with your potatoes, and just something I like to do, talking about keeping things a little bit more nutritious, but I always keep the skin on my potatoes because there's so many nutrients that if you peel that skin off, you lose it. And also I love it for the flavor. You can go ahead
you
and
got the
use
better
that.
spatula for that.
I love it for that little bit of flavor that it brings to it too. So when I'm doing soups or anything, they tend to stay on.
Yeah.
I'll let you go ahead and give that a toss, and then we'll add some of these other things in. To this, we're gonna add a cup of fennel. So you take the core out of that and then you just chop it. That's gonna give us our crunch in the salad. We're gonna add about 3 tablespoons of capers, and I love capers for that little bit of briny, like you bite into them and they just are so small, but they're so packed full of flavor.
Yeah, this is such a different salad. I don't know if I've had anything like this. This is
my
different.
husband tells me I cook different things.
You should come over to my house because I get very plain and simple. And I kind of get in a routine with just, vegetables and meat.
Yeah. And sometimes it makes me nervous because I think, am I a little too far out of the box, or are people a little uncomfortable with it? But you have to play with your food a little bit, right? So to that, we're adding about half a cup of herbs, and I just have chives because there's no onion in there at this point.
Okay.
And then some parsley, and I like a curled leaf parsley on this just because it has a little bit more like peppery kick to it.
Oh my
and then
gosh,
after
the
we
smell.
toss,
I just want to. Can I just fall asleep in this? Can I snuggle with the bowl?
Yes, and you're making everyone think I'm amazing, and that's perfect. That's what I need. So at the very end, I always save my artichoke hearts to the end so that they don't get stirred too much and fall apart. I want them to stay in those kind of big mealy pieces. So we'll go ahead and drop that in, and then we're just gonna give it a nice, really gentle, quick toss.
Just be soft with them.
Yes, just be nice to it.
Just be nice to the artichoke. I love pickled artichokes.
So I love potato salad, but this is kind of my version of like a glammed up potato salad, like a sophisticated potato salad.
This is very sophisticated. I don't think you'll ever see this at my house. Maybe after making it today.
It's so easy. What do you mean?
Maybe after making it today and knowing how easy it is, I could do it. But I don't think I'd come up with this on my own. This is just special.
Well, I have to tell people what I'm doing, and then I have to have a lot of people sample it because things can sound really good in my head, but then I have to make sure that it's going to work in the bowl, right?
Right.
So I have a little dish right there. You can go ahead. You can give it a try. Since the shrimp's in it, obviously, like you eat it as a cold potato salad. But I thought the great thing about this for Labor Day is if you're off and you're doing something all day and you're having fun, but you want to come home and you want to have a good meal at the end of the day, you want something light, but you want it satisfying still, this is perfect for you. You can do it in the morning, you can leave it in your fridge and just come back to it when you have time. Or if you're going to a picnic and you want something a little more jazzed up, this is great for that as well. Good. I also, and I don't know if you're a pepper person, but I did bring some pepper, and this is just a gourmet mix, so it has white and green and black and pink peppercorns in it, and you can throw a little bit of that on top if you'd like.
You know who else is a pepper person? Joe Davis. Joe,
I brought that.
Try this. This is so good. It really is different. Oh,
I brought that pepper for him, so he definitely has to have some.
You brought pepper for me?
I did, because you told me you loved it.
I love pepper, yes.
And
my favorite.
I just, like, you're very important to me. I want you to be happy.
Thank you.
So is this one of those situations where the longer it sits in the fridge, the more flavorful it becomes?
Yeah, it's just gonna get a little bit better. Another thing too, like if you like a little bright burst in your potato salad, you can throw a little lemon zest in it too.
I can see that working for sure.
And that, that will just keep it tasting light, but can up the flavor if you want just a little bit more. But after it sits about a half an hour with most things, or an hour or so, you're good to go.
Wow. I love the shrimp in it. This is such a surprise to me.
Thank you.
I was reading the rundown. I said, shrimp and potatoes? I don't know if I want to do this one.
I would be brokenhearted if you didn't, but I said I'm totally good because you guys will just lie on air, right?
No.
You'll say, this is amazing.
We're not lying.
No.
This is the best potato salad I've ever had.
I'm getting a little bit of everything on this one.
I know.
A little
Fennel
shrimp, little
is
potatoes,
great.
a little onion.
I love the fennel for the crunch, and then it has that little bit of licorice flavor to it.
Yeah.
It's so disappointing too. If you get fennel at the grocery store, lots of times they cut off those little prawns at the top, the leafy prawns.
Yeah.
And they're perfect to add in as an herb to here. So if you happen to catch one with that, don't cut that off and throw it away. Add it as, throw it in a little extra with your parsley and everything like that. And it'll just give it a little more fennel flavor for you.
I love this.
Sunny,
great mustard you've chosen. All this is good.
That is amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
I kept it
stuff.
all France. French
Well, you definitely
mustard,
did.
French salt.
You're so fancy.
Yes, I am.
I think I need a pinch more salt.
I need to know
okay?
what's going
Yeah.
on. What's going on in your shop? Anything new?
I have a few new things that are coming up. I do have a new salt that I just got in. It's a Fennel saffron sea salt.
Ooh.
And that one's really good. And then I got in a varietal, so that's an olive oil that's not infused with any other flavor. You're just getting the flavor of the olive itself from Spain to add to my mix. Also a house blend that I just started. And then about mid-September, we're going to do a semi-annual sale. So all the oils and vinegars will be 20% off, and it will run from about mid-September to the end for about a 2-week period.
So this is the time to go get your oils and vinegar.
Yes,
right.
you don't
Sure.
have to wait till mid-September, but if I haven't seen you by mid-September, then you definitely need to then.
Definitely. Okay, so last question I have for you is where can we find this recipe?
I will give it to the TV station, or I have my YouTube channel that I'm doing too, and so I always post my video clips and then put the recipe underneath there.
This is too good not to share. So we're gonna share with you, she's gonna share with you. You guys should make this at home for Labor Day. Such a good potato salad and so different. You guys are gonna impress your party with this potato salad. Sunny, thank you for coming on. I am just totally floored by this. This is so good.
Thank you.
All right, well, we have a lot more to come on the show. We'll
Giveaway
be back.
coming up.
I know. Don't miss out on that because we do have a trivia question for you.
Yep.
I hope you've been watching the last 2 days.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we will see you right after this.